Hey everyone, so I've gotten a lot of questions about how Diablo 2 Resurrected runs at a wider than normal aspect ratio, so an ultra wide, 3440 by a 1440 as an example, which I think is a 4K ultra wide. So what I've done is I've actually gone into my graphics card settings and I've changed my resolution to 3440 by 1440, which I do believe is an ultra wide size. And I've loaded up Diablo, or Battle.net launcher here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and see how it looks. Okay, it's loading up. So it looks like the start screen works properly. Let's go to the options here and see if it does. So it recognized the size, and it looks like it's displaying it properly. So let's actually get into the game and see what it looks like. Okay, wow. So it's actually like really cool. It's got like a 1980s alien kind of vibe to it with the ultra wide display. It looks really cool. I think this would be a really great way to play the game. But what I'm curious about is with this extra screen real estate on the left and the right, whether I can actually use that in the game. So let's load up our mana belt here. Let's clear out a spot in the cold plains and see what happens. I'm gonna clear these guys away right quick. Okay, perfect. So, the reason I picked the Cold Plains is because there is this shrine on the top right, which is kind of a great reference point. So I'll load that up and you can see what that looks like on a typical 16:9 monitor. Usually I can just barely teleport to this shrine right here. But it looks like there is some extra real estate over here. And let's see if we can teleport to it, because that is the big question. I'm going to put my cursor on the very top right and click. Boom. Yeah, it looks like I can. So this presents some problems with... definitely at least with PvP, because what this means is that you'll have literally just extra pixels on the sides of the screen to work with. So if you are playing PvP, you will be able to see your enemies and teleport further and teleport on them when they won't even know. They won't be able to see you on their screen, but you'll be able to see them on yours. So that's obviously a huge problem with PvP, so I'm not too sure how they're going to remedy that, if they will at all. It might just be that, you know, if you're playing PvP, basically have to play at this resolution in order to have that advantage. Let's see how far we can teleport. So let's see if this will actually make you go further if you're doing things like magic finding and stuff. In theory, it should. So I'm going to go to the bottom right of the screen here, and I'm going to click. I'm going to try to get to the very end here where that fence is. So I'm going to see how many teleports it takes me right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slow down, it's not a race. 8. So it took 8 teleports to get to this edge. Let's see how long it takes on standard definition. Okay, so we're back into the 1080p resolution. You can see I can just barely see the stamina shrine. Obviously that's a max I can teleport to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5. So it takes 9.5 teleports at standard 16:9 aspect ratio to get to the same spot as it would take 8 on an ultra wide, pinning on the corners.
Not enough mana.
Okay. Teleport around here. One thing I am noticing is there is some artifacts, it looks like, as you're teleporting in. If you teleport faster than the game can load, it'll present some black areas. It's not huge, it's not game breaking, but it's just interesting to see. So what I'm curious about now is, do enemies actually proc? Do they aggro when I load them on those sidebars that wouldn't be visible on a 16:9? In theory, no. Otherwise, they would start coming at you before you saw them on a typical resolution, but maybe the game knows I'm playing at an ultra wide and will factor for that. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go directly south here. Okay, so we got a mob over here. It looks like a few of them are moving around, so they've been aggroed, but a few aren't. So what I'm thinking is that these ones over here haven't been activated yet, but these ones have. Teleport over, and a few more of them start moving around. That was actually an accident. I was kind of hoping to keep those monsters in place. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep moving to the right, inching to the right. Try to get a monster on the right side of the screen or a mob. There's one right there. So Dark Hunter, I don't think I've hit her aggro range yet, so I don't think she knows I'm here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to Tele her. Okay, it looks like telekinesis does not reach that far. I know my lightning will, but it'll also most likely kill her in one attack. So what I've done is I've loaded up a bow, and I'm hoping that I can't kill her in one hit, and I'm going to see what it does, to see if it activates her. If it doesn't, that'd be a huge problem, because basically what you could then do is position Baal or Mephisto or Diablo or any of the other bosses that you want to farm right in the edge of the screen, and kind of use like a modern moat trick from the old Diablo to just kill them without knowing you're there. So let's see if she feels this or not. Okay, hit her, and there she's activated. Okay, interesting. So it looks like she's walking away, but she's actually walking. So that might just be bad AI. I'll have to try it with a few other things, but that's good to see, because that means that if you don't one-hit the monster, they're aggro and they're coming at you. I'm just going to keep edging over. There's one. Okay, so we got a gargantuan beast here. Let me fire an arrow at him. Oh, it looks like I zoomed in by accident there, but it looks like it's aggroed him. Now, I don't think he knows I'm exactly where to go, though. He hasn't entered my kind of plane of what would be available on a 16:9, which is a bit worrying. Trying to hit him with another arrow. There we go. Okay, so he's actually coming at me now. So it looks like the game actually, they've done a great job with the aggro ranges of the monsters, which I understand was a big coding problem for them. So it looks like you can, let me see if you can register spells as well. I'm going to fire a firebolt. So it looks like as long as the projectile is in the game and at that distance in the game, it is available on the ultra-wide margins to see. As you can see, the fireball, which I don't think has a limited range, just keeps going on and on and on, whereas something like lightning will eventually stop at a certain distance. So I can actually chase it and see where it stops, whereas a fireball, let me fire it off here. Where is it? A firebolt, I will chase it, and it just keeps going on and on. I guess that's the distance. So that's what an ultra-wide monitor does to Diablo 2 Resurrected. Pretty interesting. As you can see, when you switch to the classic graphics as well, it doesn't really do anything crazy. It just basically presents what it's showing to me right now is black bars on 4 sides versus just the top and the bottom. So yeah, so that hopefully answers some people's questions about ultra-wide displays. This is my last day with Resurrected, but if I do get another alpha, I will make sure to test more things. Hey guys, I just wanted to end the video by saying I'll be making more videos about Diablo 2 Resurrected from footage I recorded during the alpha, as well as builds, guides, and tip videos. So be sure to sub and comment if there's any specific guides or builds you'd like me to cover. Short of that, I'll be live on Twitch streaming Diablo 2 content. I'm a relatively new channel and quite small, but I recently hit affiliate, and 100% of the money I make there will be donated to the Vancouver Rabbit Rescue, or Rabbitat, to help other bunnies like our little guy Puffy, who is featured in my live streams via the Puffy Cam, where you can sub or donate to actually give him treats. So thanks guys, and happy magic finding.